Oh, you the voice?
Nah, not me.
So if you're not the voice, who is?
The people, man. The people's the voice.
So what does that make you?
That makes me the middleman. I'm the middleman.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Middleman Podcast. I am the man in the middle, Kevin Martinez, and today I am joined by a return guest, CJ Lopez, formerly known as the GOAT.
What's up, Kev? Good to be back, man.
Great to be back, man. I appreciate you coming back. You know, the first time around, you were episode 18, I believe. I was listening to it this morning, as a matter of fact, for season 1. And it's just like, I was listening to it, and I'm like, yo, this guy was really, really dope. And, you know, once again, thank you. Thank you again for coming straight from Florida to come to little old me and come visit me in Scranton.
Like I told you, bro, it's worth it every time. The conversations are always 100. And, dude, you're a bro. You're a bro.
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that, man. We got the whole set here. We got a good vibe in the background here. Unfortunately, our cameraman, Mike, was not available today. But in substitute, we had the other Mike Matos, come and save the day, as a matter of fact, because he was able to transport you from Allentown to Scranton, and now he's doing behind-the-scenes recording for us and capturing some photos, as well as Mike Matos being in the studio. Who else do we have in the studio today, Mr. Lopez?
Kenna Poppy.
Can of Poppy. Can of Poppy's back in the house. He's sitting back there. He's going to be catching some B-roll. Always a great time to have him here. And, you know, I'm very happy with this little inner circle that's been created from Stroudsburg. It's kind of crazy, you know, because I'm not from that area, but I do appreciate every single one of you guys for being here.
Shout out the Berg.
So thank you. So CJ, man, it's been a while, man. It's been like over a year. You know, we had the Italian Day parade when you were here last time. And that's happened since then. So it's definitely been over a year since you and I have sat down at the table and shared a conversation. But nonetheless, you and I have talked many times, right, on the phone.
A lot, dude, yeah.
And I appreciate the fuck out of that, you know, because we're both creators and we spitball ideas. And like you mentioned, you think I'm a brother. It's the same. It's likewise, you know, it goes both ways because it's always great to be able to talk and relate to someone. And there are a few people who I have a podcast with that I love every single one of you guys who come on and talk with me. But there are only a few who I actually continue and keep a conversation with every now and then. And you're one of them, bro. So thank you for that.
Of course, bro. Yeah, like I said, like I tell you this all the time. Like both our avenues are very similar. Like it's a growing, it's a steady road that we have to, you know, keep riding on. And, you know, I know the podcast avenue is crazy, but dude, you're rolling with this. It's amazing. I love everything you've done, the upgrades, like unbelievable, dude.
Thank you so much. You know, it's great hearing that, especially for someone who's been on the show before, to see the upgrades and just, you know, like really, you said we're on a roll here. And in all reality, man, we are on a roll. We are on a roll. And it's like me not trying to pop out my chest or anything like that. But I just love being able to create a platform for so many people. You know, I really am happy with what this has grown in fruition within the year. You know, back last year, we were in Sanctuary Studio. Now we're at home. We're at my place, you know, and within that time, we've both grown in our respective field, you know, within a year. You know, you've been working on music, you've been doing TikTok, you've been on the grind, bro. What have you experienced and what have you learned from yourself within this journey? Like, if you were to call back from our last interview to how you are now, what do you think you learned most about yourself within that time away?
Yeah, dude, within that last year from last time I came out, the number one is that it really dawned on me how tough this can be, but I love that at the same time. You know what I'm saying? It reassured me that I really, really am meant to do what I'm doing, and there's like all the stuff that I've put aside and, you know, just dropped for it. It's like I don't want to say I forgot about baseball, like, you know, I've been an ex-baseball player, but like, dude, I haven't, other than the New York Yankees, shout out the Yankees. Dude, I haven't really thought about baseball much, man. That's just been full steam ahead with this, and you know, obviously you lose some people throughout the way, but then again, if they're not there to begin with, or for the road that's ahead, then you kind of realize who they are at the same time. You know what I mean? Yeah,
and it's always rough to come to that realization when you're chasing a dream and chasing a passion, man. Especially if, like, you know, I'm sure you've gotten your self-doubters, right?
Yes.
Yeah, self-doubters. And it's like, it's so easy for us as creators to dismiss them as what?
Yeah.
Dismiss them as haters.
Yeah. Bro, like I said, if you're not getting hated on, you're not doing anything right, bro.
It's unfortunate, but it's true.
It's very true.
It's so unfortunate, but it's true. If you're not getting hated on, then you're not doing something right. If you're doing something right, people are gonna hate on you. You know, that comes with consistency. Consistency is key. DJ Q said it. You know, between you and I, we're always working. You know, you're working on your music, and you do a lot of TikToks, man. And I remember the first time around, I was like, "Fuck TikTok, shit talk." You know, I really don't like it. And I'll be honest with you, my mindset is still the same. Nothing has changed about that.
See, but I might have to call you out there, buddy.
Go ahead.
He hit me with a follow.
Did I? I did it with a follow.
He hit me with a follow. I'm like, I can't sell the TikTok. And trust me, dude, I get it. And I get it when you say that it's like, you know, it can be the devil. I understand. But there's certain things, you know, especially to grow, like in this time and age. I don't want to say you need it, but it's like it helps, dude. It helps.
You know what I'll say about you, man, is I think technology and you two work together really, really well. I think you really know how to use technology to your advantage. Yeah. Okay, because, you know, I remember you saying something like that in the first go around, like, TikTok, I know it's not the best, but it's like I need to do it in order to gain some traction, you know, because this is where the people want this is where people like are always at, you know what I mean? Yeah. So, and you just repeated that same thing. So it's like, you know how to use technology for your advantage. Maybe not, you don't want to do it every now and then, but you are educated enough to break the algorithm. And it's unfortunate, but that's what we need to do. We need to break the algorithm.
And like I was saying, like I wouldn't say half, a little more than half of the followers I have on TikTok now were just off one video. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, TikTok's a grind, and like to gain followers, you do need to post a lot. And like, it's crazy, bro. I've been doing so much research throughout the past year, and like, bro, you need to post a certain amount a day, certain time of day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Certain things within the quality of your video that helps, you know, like attract the algorithm. And dude, if I could, I don't know how many hours I put in just trying to like research that. Cause at the end of the day, bro, like, yeah, this is our passion, but at the end of the day too, dude, it's our career, bro. It's like, you need to put as much in with the business side as you do with your passion. Cause like I said, bro, marketing yourself is like 80% of what we do. You know what I mean? It's
tough, but honestly, if you stay consistent on a platform, and especially such as one as TikTok, where you might have to post maybe 2-3 times a day or 2-3 times a week, you know, you start to gain traction. That's why we have Middleman Mondays. That's why we have Who's Next Wednesday. That's why we have Happy Friday, because I'm trying to be consistent enough to where I'm annoying to the people that I know, but that means that I'm doing something right. Exactly. It's unfortunate, but you mentioned it earlier, you're going to lose some people along the way, and it's because they're going to be like, oh my God, this motherfucker again? He's doing another podcast. He's doing another harmony. But it's like, there are people who are out there who appreciate our work of art, and, you know, the people who are within our circle might not appreciate it because they know us for who we are as a person.
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing too, because you don't know if you got someone new on the way that hasn't seen all the stuff that you've done previously. Like that's what, dude. That's the way I think about it. Like, all right, if there's something new, there's probably a new listener out there that's, you know, hearing it for the first time. It's like doing it like a tour, like you're on a concert tour. Not every show is the same person, but you're getting thousands of different people every time you go out. So like, I think about like my content the same way. Like, you know, this can attract this certain type of person, this type of person. And it just builds. You know what I mean?
Well, with your content, you know, you met someone through TikTok, correct, and had a feature with them?
Yeah, dude, plenty. That's the only one I've released so far, but dude,
that's the only one you released. That answers the question that I had later for the line, but we'll get back to that. We'll get back to that, okay? So, you know, one of the songs that I know you featured and I heard it's recent is "I Thought You Should Know." Wait, no, excuse me.
No.
It's not. I thought you should know.
That was the one that I released last year,
2021.
It's actually with Bridget Burial, and dude, that shout out Bridget.
Name of the song.
I forgot what it's called.
I always forget too. I have my phone here. We'll look it up. Continue. Talk about Bridget real quick.
Shout out Bridget Burial from the MIA out in Miami. I thought You Should Be Here. That's what it's called.
You Should Be Here, exactly. You Should Be. Yeah, it's a beautiful song, dude. And you met her through TikTok, correct?
Yeah, dude. No, I'll give you that little backstory there, dude. It was the most random thing. So like every other Sunday, you know, I record for my uncle. I cut vocals. My dad sings on you know, some backgrounds for my uncle's stuff. And dude, one random day, right, as I'm like, you know, engineering from, I get like a TikTok thing that's blowing up. Like she's liking all my stuff. I'm like, oh, she's like, oh, like she hits my DMs, follows me. She's like, oh, like let's collab, and I'm like, I get a lot of those. So
Yeah. Okay.
and you could say like 80%. It's like, all right, dude. She sent me that track with like the second verse like empty, and I was blown away, dude. This girl has pipes, bro. Like she could sing like her ass off, bro. And she like, I heard that track, dude. I left my uncle's studio immediately, went back, wrote a verse in like 20 to 30 minutes, cut the vocals, sent it right back to her. Track was born, bro.
Dude, I love how quick that was and how natural it came to you. 20 minutes? Are you not bullshitting me? You being dead ass?
20 minutes, bro. I wrote that verse in 20 minutes, cut the vocals probably in like 40 with all the background, the harmonies and all that stuff, and she sent it back to her, started freaking out. And honestly, bro, that's how I would say the hits write themselves. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, and with the right promotion, like, dude, I think that song could be, I mean, there's, like I said, there's songs that people drop years prior that are bouncing up again. You know what I mean? I think that's a track that can definitely do that.
That's a great song, man. I really do enjoy it. And it's like she harmonizes first, and then you come on the set, and then you harmonize. I'm like, yo, this shit's fire. This is official. And to hear that you two are connected through social media, and you guys both lived in a Sunshine State. How about that?
You know what's crazy?
What's that?
Never met in person.
Really?
Not
even
once.
till this day.
Till this day.
And she only lives about how far from you?
Miami's about three and a half.
All right, well,
So yeah, it's pretty hefty. But one day we're gonna shoot a music video for it, and that's I can't wait for that.
Is that a plan?
That's definitely a plan in the works.
Love that. Love that. That's absolutely incredible. Have you done any music videos, CJ?
I have not yet, but I have a lot on the way. Actually.
Good.
Actually on the way.
Actually on the way.
Yeah.
And that's something. So before we got on this podcast, I said I was going to call you out on something. And that's something I'm going to call you out on, brother. That's something I'm going to call you out on because, like I said, bro, I listened to episode 18 today because I was like, I wanted to listen to, what we were back then and, how we're going to build this conversation now, things that were stated, okay? And I want to say from a podcasting standpoint, from my personal standpoint, I want to say we had a fantastic conversation. But I don't think that it was more so Middleman Podcast-y. We really got into theories towards the end there and really got spaced out and really started talking about like flat earthers. And I realized that I always try to correlate a relationship with my guests. I always try to, you did that song? Well, I did that song too and harmonize. But it's like it's me trying to create a common ground, with that guest to make them feel comfortable. But I realize now that I don't need that. You shouldn't have to do that. That's honestly very selfish of me. So when that first go around, I was listening to it, and it's like you got to cringe at yourself. 'Cause I'm like, damn, bro, like we had great conversation. Nick King was there as well. Shout out Nick, man. He's great. I wish he was here, but he's not. But, I realized, I'm like, damn, bro, we really didn't talk much about your music. I feel like I kind of did you an injustice there. And I'm being honest with you right here, right now. But that's just something that I felt like I needed to admit. But
I mean, something that I would admit is that nothing was really out at the time. Like I said, I had a couple tracks out there beforehand that I got into a little thing behind the scenes, and I kind of took those songs off because I wanted to start fresh and build new relationships because some things went down, but with people I used to work with. But now, dude, I'm in such a good space, bro. Like there's the stuff I'm making now, I'm proud of, and it means something to me. And I'm proud of like who I'm working with. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
So many people.
Gotcha. So like what I was saying was I'm gonna call you out because it's like, even before you're like, I got so much work for you guys ready to go. I can't wait. And I was looking at your discograph and I'm looking at everything and I'm like, okay, like you've been working. I'm not saying that you haven't been working. It's just I'm a little bit upset as to how many official songs we've gotten out within that time. Now I understand every artist works a certain way. So if I'm overstepping, please tell me I'm overstepping. I'm not going to take it personal. If you need a year or two to drop some crazy heat, so be it. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I just don't want to hear, we're getting after it, and then shit doesn't happen. But it goes with all respect. It does go with all respect because I know that you are in your craft and you have been working. You might not have been working at putting out new tracks and stuff like that. But something I will say, you've been working on TikTok, right? And as I'm looking through TikTok, I'm like, yo, I've never heard this verse. I've never heard this song. Where the fuck is this song? Is it on SoundCloud? Is it on Spotify? Where is it? I can't find it. And I think that's what you were alluding to earlier, as in you have more stuff that you just haven't released yet. And why? Why haven't you released that?
Like I said, dude, the new relationships I've built out there, the people I've met, dude, like, because like I live near Full Sail University. Well, shout out Full Sail University, best engineers, best dude. Like,
Is that a engineering like a
it's like
production
it's for
school?
for production. Like there's filmmaking, there's a bunch of stuff. It's amazing. I actually one thing I will admit, there's this app that I actually downloaded. After that, I came on there, and it's kind of like a Tinder for musicians. Right?
What's this app called?
The app's called Vamper. And what it is, it's just like a Tinder, but like you swipe right and left, right? So you build a music profile. It's all music based, right? It's not hooking up. Like, I swear to God.
Are there any photos correlated? Do you have to show your personal face?
Yes, you do.
Not Tinder.
But it's your artist profile, right? And you throw all your tracks on song, your links to SoundCloud, Apple Music, all that. So I went up there, did it, threw it up. Dude got a bunch of hits on it. People hitting me up to work. So like then I linked up. I started linking up with these producers and these engineers.
That's awesome.
And dude, it like amazing things, bro.
So how's it work? Do you put out like snippets of your work?
Yeah. So like all those TikToks you've seen, those are all on there. Plus like stuff I've thrown out on YouTube, Instagram. They have a direct link to your socials, so you can be hit up through there. Which is how I met like most of the people that I know out there now. It's crazy. That and TikTok.
And what's the name of this app?
Vamper, called Vamper.
Vamper.
VAMPR.
To all my artists out here, I've never heard of such an app, but whoever designed that and created that app was really thinking outside the box. That is crucial. That's really, really cool, actually.
Dude, unbelievable.
Vamper. That's great. So you've been doing work with other engineers and producers.
Yeah, and there's actually one dude I just linked up with recently. His name's Andy Anderson.
I think I saw that.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Shout out Andy. The dude's worked with he's worked with good, like he's worked with like major record labels, and I went in. I was skept on. He sent me a DM, right, and he was like, "Oh, like you, like this sounds really good. Like, do you want to maybe link up?" And I was because I get a lot of those, so I was kind of sketched about it. I'm like, we'll see.
Like a bot message,
dude. Yeah, but something's like, just go. I went, bro. Guys, legit. Like this is what I was waiting for. Like with the whole move to Florida, meeting someone like him, dude. Like and I've linked up. I've been over there. And it's been magic.
Do you mind me asking what it takes to make you feel like this person's legit? What is that? What's that factor that Andy had that made you really want to work with him?
Oh yeah, so like when the option that comes up, you check their profiles and stuff, and the people he was working with is one. I think he worked with certain people that are like on The Voice and stuff. And
okay.
So and that intrigued me because like I was literally an audition away, like a video submission away from actually trying out for The Voice. So that kind of resonated with me. So I was like, all right, that's cool. And then certain people, like I seen the quality of artists he was working with. I'm like, oh man, like I bet this, like, and he's not saying anything right here. He's an older guy, and he's not a youngin. So he's been around, he's older, but
got wisdom on him.
Dude has like the personality of like he could chill with the boys, like such a cool dude, down to earth. And dude, he does it because he loves it, dude. Like, that's what to me spoke volumes, because like it's out of passion, bro, and it's straight up like we have the same mind. It's like Nick, like how
you and Nick are just two peas in one pie.
He's thinking what I'm thinking, and like it's the same vibe with this guy. That's why like Nick's got to come out to Florida. I've told him, Nick, I told you, if you're watching this, Nick, I told you, you're coming out. But yeah, he reassured me, and like us three linking up out there, it's gonna be sick, dude. It's gonna be nice. It's gonna be nice.
Awesome, man. I'm happy for you. I'm happy that you're making these connections in your respected field, because that's crucial. I've been on I've been on one podcast. Shout out to the Socially Unavailable podcast. I was on an episode. Shout out to you, Mr. Davila. He's getting back to ramp up season 2, but I've asked to go on other podcasts with him my off season, and it's odd, Brian. Didn't really get much of a response.
Really?
Yeah, I really didn't get much of a response. So I'm like, all right, whatever. So like I ended up going to his podcast, and it's great finding people in your field and your respected lanes, and despite age and all that, it's like if you can vibe with someone, you can vibe with someone, whether they're 30, 50, 60, maybe even fucking 18 years old, what the case may be. If they are passionate about their job and what they want to do, you could really create a connection and a bond and help one each other. So that Vamper, right? Vamper?
Vamper, yeah.
That Vamper app sounds like fucking great. That really does, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's great to hear. So you've been working on projects, right? And what's next for you? Are we looking forward to more singles, or are we looking to an official project?
Yes. I have a single. I've been snipping it around on Instagram. I don't know if you've probably seen it. All you boys probably seen it already.
Probably.
I actually gave a little sneak peek to Matos on the way over here. It's called The Line. It should be dropping in late February. Official date, we're looking at about maybe February 24th around there. But music video and everything, dude.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's awesome.
That'll be the first of a busy year. This year's I was gonna say, I'm gonna tap into releasing stuff. And a lot. Russ, right?
Yeah, I know Russ.
Yeah. Russ is someone I've really been tapping into with how to go about being an independent artist and releasing your music, and and he said it, which is the reason why I've been a little absent the past year with dropping stuff, is because I've been working on so much. So if it takes a year to just work on it and then spend the whole next year releasing all that you worked on while behind the scenes working on more, you
created a backlog for yourself.
Yes, that's exactly. I kind of gave myself, I would say, a head start to what's coming up now. You know what I mean? So I have stuff on the back burners.
Awesome. I'm really excited to see this music video as well, because I want to see what you look like in front of a camera and singing your songs and stuff like that, other than TikTok and all that. Some TikTok clips. One of my favorite TikTok clips, right? That you do. I said that so wrong. One of my favorite TikTok clips that I enjoyed are the ones where you grab a guitar and you create a loop within that sound, okay? And then you sing over that sound. And the reason I'm so intrigued by those videos and those sounds is because there is more to artistry than just being able to sing. So when you become a complete artist, and when you can be an independent artist and make your own sounds and make your own beats and make your own production, which I do feel like you 100% do every TikTok you do, you clean up the sound, right?
Actually, that's another person too I've met through Vamper.
Really?
So, most of them, like the ones with the guitar, I'm saying, like, I've made those from scratch, and I met my boy Ty. I met him out about last year too. I met him out at a session that my uncle was going to, and we kind of met through my uncle. So I showed him a couple of stuff there when I was I was actually watching my uncle and my dad cut tracks, and my dad just pointed out. He's like, "Oh, he sings too, by the way." And they're like, "Oh, really?" And I was like, "Oh, dude, dad being like, oh, look at my son type." No, I hate that.
He's pimping you out.
So he's like, "Yeah, show him." So I showed them, and him and Stephanie, shout out Stephanie as well. I showed him a video, and they're like, "Oh, got my number," and he mixes my TikToks. So like I have kind of like a thing there, dude. He's so good too. Ty producer. I think he's like Ty Bandit producer. I think on TikTok. Anything I post that's a TikTok, you can find him there. But dude, he's unbelievable too. Really good. Such a good dude too. Such a good dude.
I'm happy for you. I really am, bro. I really I'm happy that you're over here just finding your people, finding your lane, creating new circles. And I always say it, the more and more you persist on your career, you're going to find more people that are like-minded around you. And that sounds like that's what you're doing. Yeah. So although I called you out and I was like, "Hey, man, where the dropping's at?" You quickly shut me up and said, "Yo, bro, I'm working. I'm meeting this person. I'm working that. I'm meeting this person, that person." And that is a little bit more crucial than just pushing out content, because now you're trying to push out excellent content.
Quality.
Yeah, quality over quantity, correct?
Yeah.
And that's what you're doing.
For sure, dude. Yeah.
Love it, man. Love it. Yeah. So the guitar, and a fun fact is that guitar in the back left, right? Everyone's like, "Yo, like, what do you have the guitar for?" And I'm like, I've been praying that someone just picks it up and just does their thing with it, So as a matter of fact, last year, you tuned that guitar up for me.
I did. I remember that right on the couch over there, dude. I picked it up and I was like, strummed it. I was like, "Oh, Kev, we need to work this." Tune it, and what are the odds it's tuned?
It's still tuned. It hasn't been. I mean, it was strummed today because I was fucking around with it. But more often than not, it just sits there and it collects dust. So if you ever just want to pick that up and do your thing,
I'll give it a tune again.
That is completely fine. Hey man, so like some things that all right, so the reason I asked you that question earlier, as far as like what have you learned within yourself within the years, I feel like you found new people. What else have you learned within yourself through the year as you develop in your music journey? Because I have something to say, but I'm gonna let you speak a little bit, and then I want to ask you one question.
Okay. What I learned is just speak your truth through it, dude. Like, authentic music resonates with people way more, because something I might be going through, someone 1,000 miles away probably going through the same thing, you know? At the end of the day, we're all human beings, bro, and, you know, music speaks, bro, and that's one thing music speaks, whether it's a relationship with, you know, a significant other, family things, like, dude, you can go on TikTok and anything that's being dropped, like, oh man, like I felt that. You know what I mean? There's so much that people are feeling, especially with, you know, the recent, you know, like with COVID a couple years ago and stuff like that. People's mindsets change, bro, and that's something that happened to me, like completely just shifted me. So, that's probably the biggest thing I learned is just speak my truth no matter what. And, you know, I could be talking to somebody who not even wants, just needs to hear something.
What do you think made you push into being able to feel confident within yourself? My question has to do with confidence, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like back then, you know, you were confident in your vocals, right? What other confidences have you grown within the year, you know, like within releasing videos, within just getting in front of a camera, right? That's had to build a little bit of a chip on your shoulder.
Yeah, I think most, like, the one thing that's confidence, that releasing stuff that I like, not that's something that someone might think is cool. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I have my own styles, and like, yeah, like a goal of mine is to be diverse as I possibly can, and I think I can do that. But it's just the point of like just releasing stuff that I like, dude. You know, whether like right now I have the freedom to do that, you know, and like that's the goal, because like, you know, you can get signed tomorrow, right, and then sign with a label, and it's like, oh, like they might not like it, so. But I have that freedom, you know what I mean? So if I like it, that's all that matters, you know? Someone might like it somewhere else.
Yeah, exactly, man. I will say I feel like your confidence from back then to now has grown tremendously. You know, and unfortunately had to do probably with losing some of those people who are bogging you down and finding people in the lane who respect your talent and respect what you do. You know, so that's big for you to gain confidence within yourself. And I can just see it. You know, I see it in when we speak. I see it when I see you on Instagram putting more videos out of yourself, because it takes a lot of guts to get in front of a camera and to harmonize and to do the lyrics that you do and do the beautiful tracks that you do. You're more of a singer, you know, but shit, man, like, have you ever just been out there and you're like outside just working in a regular day and you just start harmonizing, not giving a damn of who listens?
Don't care.
Exactly.
Like, I'll be out.
Were you like that a year ago?
That's what I'm saying. I don't think I was. I still think I was like.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and like, and that's crazy that you pointed out, because I'm a completely different person. Like a couple sessions ago, I sat down with Andy, and he's like, these are nice, but I think you need to speak, you know, something that's super vulnerable for you. And I'm like, that's crazy. I don't think I've ever written something that's, you know, like a truth of mine. So that's what we've been working on.
Good, man.
Sick. Nice.
You're gonna incorporate yourself through the music.
Yeah,
exactly. You have to.
At the end of the day, it's a representation of who you are as an artist, I feel.
That's beautiful, man. I'm happy for you. I really am. And we talk often, man. And I'm happy that we talk often, because, you know, you've always been like, yeah, fuck yeah, the Middleman Podcast. You know, I've been always rooting for you as far as you doing your music and everything like that. I've even tried to connect you with an artist out here that I just met the other day.
Dude,
Shout out Joey. I don't know, did that ever go into fruition? Is that something that's going on?
Yeah, we actually hit him in the DMs, and he hit me right back, and you know, both value each other's work, and I think that's the important part of, you know, working with somebody. If they value you, value them, and it's kind of just the music just writes itself. So like, love what he does, and there's definitely gonna be stuff on the
awesome. Excited for that, because he's gonna be coming on a podcast as well, and I do think that you two have a very similar style, because there's not many artists who I meet who sing. Okay, and that's not a knock on you. It's like, it's just there's not that many singers out there, and you have a tremendous voice.
Appreciate that.
You do have a tremendous voice, and it's natural, bro. Hit me with something. Could you? That's a lot of pressure. That's a lot of pressure. I won't ask you to hit me with something right now, but if you want to, just every now and then, if you want to just say a note, you know, like, no, I'll be all right with it. All right. I'm gonna share a little bit about myself, if you don't mind. If you don't mind, because we're brothers, man.
Of course,
you know,
brother.
This is
Yeah,
like a flawless conversation here.
It's tit for tat.
the reason I asked you that question about what have you learned within yourself within the year of, doing music, I had someone ask me, I'm going to shout out to her, Joy Zavada, episode 48 of the Middleman Podcast. One hell of an interview. Absolutely love that girl. She is fantastic. She is the heart and soul of Scranton. She is beautiful. Works tremendous. Great work, right? Anyway, so I saw her the other day at the gym, and she was like, hey, Kev, like, what have you learned within a year of podcasting? What are 3 things? She asked me for 3 specific things. She said, what are the 3 things that you learned about podcasting? I said, the first one is to shut up and listen. Okay, that's the first thing I learned, because I was just mentioning to you earlier how I always try to correlate myself with someone. Yeah. And it's like, maybe you don't want to hear that. 2 ears, 1 mouth. Shut up and listen, okay? Number 2, what have I learned is that I got my own back. I know where this is going. And I get questioned a lot as to how I should do stuff, and I appreciate the feedback. I do. But it's like what you're saying, we got so much in store. And shit, we have so much in store. Every episode gets better, okay? I'm able to talk and articulate conversations in certain ways that I want to talk to them about, Some people will feel a certain way about me saying their last name, so that's something that I need to cut that out, It's growth within myself, And it's the second thing is just like knowing and having that self-affirmation that what I'm doing is dope. What I'm doing is great. What people are seeing, they love it. And if you don't love it, it's okay. It's not for you. But there's I'm going to continue to make content, whether it's for you or not. Okay. Exactly. I had someone actually, as a matter of fact, question Can of Poppy's Middleman Monday.
As in what? Like,
as in he just said it, in my opinion, a bit of an outlandish comment. In my opinion, I'm being honest as shit right here. And, I left the comments. I'm like, you should delete it. I'm like, why? I handled that in a professional manner, if you ask me. I basically told gentlemen that, listen, if it wasn't for you, it is what it is. We'll see you next Monday. Exactly. That's what I told him. I'll see you next Monday. Exactly. You'll see me next Monday. Yeah. You know what I mean? And a third thing, I haven't really figured out my third thing. I mean, other than this is great. I love what I do. Self-affirmation is key. And it's just like it's growing every single day. I haven't figured out that third thing. I really haven't.
That's nice. They're looking forward to finding something that means something. That's a goal, bro. So if you don't know it now, that's the beauty of it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's just growth within the conversation. It's not so much bullshit. It's not so much just like always trying to correlate with people. Our research and our interview has been intense lately. Like I've been hitting questions that we didn't even know were possible. You know what I mean? Like, and that's shout out to Mike Matos in the back over there as well. Like he's a big help in the podcast questions. But yeah, man, this is great, man. I love it. I love that you and I continue to stay in contact. I love that you still represent the Sanctuary Studio where it all started when you wear your hats and shit like that.
Dude, that's another thing that's big. I have this conversation with so many people, bro. Like what's homegrown and makes you what you will become, bro, like that's huge to me, bro. Like,
what do you mean by that?
I mean, as in like, if you're something one day, it started somewhere. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I hate, dude, it boils me that people just forget about genuine human beings that helped them get there when they meet someone who might be on a level that, was more at that time. It's like, bro, like genuine relationship, like true relationship is what builds you like to become something that you want to be. So like it's like saying like for one dude, like shout out Nick King, bro. Nick King is he was there when I started this, bro. You know what I mean? Like I will never leave that dude behind. Like that's guaranteed, like for nothing. Like that's my ride or die. We're rocking to this with like the whole way.
All love to Mr. King.
All love, like all you guys, like you're my boys, bro. Like this is like, it's genuine. This is like when, like God willing, I hold up an award one day, like for something I created, like that, like dude, the celebration with the boys who've been there from the start. That's beauty, bro. And
the tears, honestly, I think about the tears that we're gonna share, and they're great. They're happy tears,
dude. That's a goal of mine, like. To celebrate something that I dreamt of with people who were there when it started.
We're going to bring that into fruition, man. It's all about manifestation, and we're definitely under our way. As long as we stay consistent, I'm not worried about it. I really am not, bro. I'm not worried about it at all. Like, it's crazy. Like, it's so crazy because I say it all the time. It's like, to be so confident in yourself, but so nervous about what's next is something that I go through every fucking day. Every day, bro, I go through it as much, bro, because I honestly want to flaunt my shit like I'm king shit, that my shit don't stink. But that's not the truth. My shit stinks, okay? I shared a conversation with someone the other day. I hit him up. I said, yo, bro, I'm nervous. I'm nervous about the future. I'm nervous about what's going on. I'm going to a new job. I'm in the transition of a job right now. I'm about to be going back to where I was before. More money, more problems. That's what it is. But it's like, I'm nervous. And I'm like, why are you nervous? I'm like, I'm nervous because there's so much uncertainty in the air. It's going to affect my podcast. It's going to affect my day-to-day. There's so much uncertainty. I feel like I'm doing the right thing, but I'm so confident in myself that it's going to go the right way. But at the same time, I'm so uncertain of where this shit's going to end up. And that's just what it is. That's the reality of the fact. Someone said, wait, but Kev, we see you. You're doing your thing. You're on Instagram. You're doing your thing. Bro, social media is fake as fuck. It is, bro. Fake as fuck, dude. Let me tell you, okay? I'm going to tell you.
Say it, bro.
I'm going to tell you. Deep inside me is an animal that gets into his own mind a lot, okay? And I think to myself a lot, and I have a lot of bad days every now and then. But what you see right now, people see on the Snapchat, they see on Instagram, this crooked smile. They see the gap in the tooth. They don't know what goes on in the background. They don't know how stressed out I was from Wednesday, Thursday, Friday to create these videos, to do these reels, to do that, to do this, to get ready for my next guest. Bro, I'm juggling 5 different things at one time. And at the end of the day, you see this. Yep. But just know it's not always that. Just know that that's not what it is, okay? And that's the truth of that's the reality of the fact, is that this shit is hard. It's fun.
It's hard.
It's still a hobby.
Yeah.
But even a hobby can turn into a job some days. Mm-hmm. And there are some days where this hobby turns into a job. And, that's okay. It's all right. It happens.
Of course, bro. Of course.
It happens. But that's just what it is. Social media is fake as fuck. So what you see from CJ and I, smiling, happy as fuck, doing our music, doing everything, doing what we love to do, don't think that everything's all fine and dandy. Yeah. If you're a real friend, you're someone who actually cares about us and our futures, you would tap in and just ask, how are you doing today? And there's not a lot of that going on. I had a conversation with an artist. His name was J. La Soul.
Yeah.
Okay. J. La Soul, shout out to you. Fantastic artist. Really great conversation. Organic conversation. And well-spoken. Extremely well-spoken. I really enjoyed our conversation. But he said, there aren't a lot of developers, such as old heads in the game, that are teaching you about depression. About, there's a lot of artists out there who are shot up to fame and not prepared for it.
At all. And it's scary, bro. There's a thing, too, bro, like, not even just with music, bro. Like, leaving, like, college as an athlete, bro, like, for certain people that, like, went to college just to pursue, like, just the athleticism part of it. After that, dude, I've spoken to so many people, like, after that, no one prepares you for the after effects of that. Like, you don't know what to do. Like, you might not like the job that you spent 4 years of college, like, trying to get, but it's like I've always advocated, like, there should be there, especially for student athletes, because, like, bro, if, like, dude, it's hard, bro. Like, that every day as a student athlete is not easy. So, like, if for everyone who's done that, like, I applaud you, bro, because I know how hard that is, and I can see how it can build depression, because I went through one too. Like, right after I was leaving college, you know what I mean? Like, I had a little depression, and I was like, I don't know what I want. Like, when I knew, like, I wasn't probably gonna play pro, and, like, I don't know what I want to do. So, and, like, COVID hit too, so, like, that was even worse. So it's like, I know a bunch of people went through that, like, but they don't prepare you for that. Like, no one's really talking about it with you and stuff. So it's like, I kind of had to found it myself. Thank God I had, like, shout out to my family. Like, they were there for me, and, but, like, I wish they had, like, active therapy for that, because it's I think it's crucial.
It's like a form of separation anxiety.
Yeah.
Right?
It's exactly what it feels like. It's like, all right, so, like, I've done this for, I don't know, 17, 18 years, right? It's like, what now? Thank God for me, like, I was blessed to, like, have this passion for music, that I found something quickly that it took me out of that. So I was like, I would thank God every night, like, all right, this is, when it felt reassuring that like, oh, I could do this. Like I could actually strive to do this. Like that's when things started to get better. And, obviously convincing, your parents that like, oh, I want to leave, just to pursue this.
How was that conversation? Dude, I don't think we've ever had that conversation
before. No, we never
before.
had that going. It wasn't, so, my family's, they did music and stuff. So like they've traveled country to like do it like in a Christian ministry, like, for like music. And, they were actually pretty known. Like I don't know if I told you the last podcast, but like they would go to like Salvador and they would be like,
oh, my home country,
dude, yeah, like great, like Salvador. They'd go to different countries and like people would know them, like it was cool. But like I think at first they were hesitant because as a parent you want it to be you want your kid to be all right. You want them to make the right decisions
because they know the struggle of what you're about to embark on.
Exactly, bro. So it's like. At first, it was like, all right. I think what hit them more is because they saw that it was a mini little depression. I'm like, all right, like maybe he needs to tap into something that he loves. So when I started showing them the stuff I was doing, I felt like that was also reassurance for them as well, as much as it was for me that,
okay,
like, all right, you could probably do this, like, and it kind of came out of nowhere. I mean, I've played guitar since I was 12, on and off. But like my dad always said, like, oh, he's got the golden ear. Like he knows what he could do something with it, And I don't know if he ever thought
the golden ear. Explain the golden ear. I think I know exactly what it means per context, but maybe if some people don't, explain the golden ear.
The golden ear is like you understand without technically understanding. So like it's like I never went to school for music or something, but I can tell who can sing or if something's not sounding right in the music without technically knowing what it is, like, you know what I mean? So to me, that's what like a golden ear. Like you hear something without knowing the technical things about it. It's just like it's there. Like you kind of have it. And I don't know what he meant all those years, but like looking now, like without like technically knowing how to like do a harmony or do something within my vocals and stuff, like it's there and I just know it. I think that's what my dad was like kind of
alluding to.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. And I find that very interesting that you say that because as a matter of fact, I've been told that I have, they didn't tell me specifically that I have the golden ear, but they told me, they're like, nah, Kev, like, music a little bit, music a little because I have a strong appreciation for music. And as a matter of fact, the person who said that I know music is actually Cannon Poppy right back there. He said at one of these, after him and I had a podcast, I had a freestyle and I was shitting and I was just having fun, you know me. But like even with music, like I like to do a lot of this, and find the beat and walk with it and do that, and it's crazy to think about it, but I may not be a musician, but holy shit, do I have an appreciation for music. And that's why I appreciate so many artists coming on a platform. There's been abundance of artists who have come on the platform. And I use artists as a broad term. And when I say artists, I mean such as people who make music. But, we can obviously talk about artists as far as painting and stuff like that. Of course, yeah, dude. But
it's all types of artistry, yeah.
Yeah, it's all forms of art. This right here is a form of art. Mr. Birdo over there said that this is a form of art. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, this is a podcast.
Dude, conversation, dude, like, true conversations in art, and I'll agree with Cannon Poppy over there, bro. For real, like,
thank you.
It takes a lot to just flow and just really be in the moment and truly speak on things. Like, I mean, that's an art. Yeah.
I had a podcast with North Star Films. Shout out you, North Star Films. But I was talking to him, and I was like, would you believe me if I told you that I'm not really a big podcaster? Like, I don't listen to a lot of podcasts. And he was like, that's a little bit odd. And I was like, yeah, isn't it? I'm like, but let me tell you something. And I'm reiterating this, but I'm just want to, reiterate it to you is, you can't teach me how to have a conversation. You can't teach me how to hold a conversation. You can teach me what looks cool. That's about it. That's all I can learn from podcasts. But you can't teach someone to have a conversation. And it is a blessing. Yeah. It is a blessing. And I cherish it every damn podcast. I cherish it every damn day. To be able to talk to people.
It's got to be organic, bro. Like, conversations got to be organic. You don't want to be, like, force anything because then it's noticeable on the camera. Like, I'm saying, like, remember last year? It was like, oh, like, a camera can tell a story, too, like, in show. You know what I mean? So it's like.
When Kyrie Irving was a flat earther? Yeah. That was one of the missed key moments that we've missed from the podcast when Nick King found out that. Right? It was Nick King, right? It wasn't you.
No, it was. No, it was me.
It was you?
Yeah, 'cause I didn't know Kyrie Irving was a flat earther. My jaw dropped to the ground. Bro.
Yo,
I
that
wish you
was
saw
one
it.
of the funniest Middleman podcast moments behind the scene. You just had to be there. Like, it really was one of those moments. But it was really such a great time to meet the both of you and to be doing it again for a second round and just being here once again, bro. It really is.
Dude, like I told you, I'll fly anytime, dude. Told you that.
One of those songs that you released recently is "I'll Be All Right," correct? Is that the name of the title?
Shout out Lego.
Mr. Lego. Still working with Mr. Lego. So I think that's very, very cool that you're still working with Mr. Lego.
Of course, bro.
Is "I'll Be All Right." And honestly, bro, that song "I'll Be All Right," was that true? Were you really hurt?
Like as in like the writing of that?
Someone hurt you.
Yeah, I don't. It's I guess it's sort of a general message because like there's guys in our group as well that might have gone through some things and like like this is definitely like for the homies, like what I mean, like you could hurt like hell, bro, but at the end of the day, if you stay true to yourself, like you're gonna be all right. There's gonna be better days, like grass is green on the other side, so I guess that's where I was coming from. Like I don't know if it was like from like general hurt, or from like personal hurt, but you can think about stuff because like I've gone through breakups, like not all of them have been great, but like, dude, I'm all right.
All right, breakups great.
Yeah, no, I mean, you can. I mean, yeah, you can have like calm ones, like but
like I don't think this is working out. We should just be friends.
I mean, yeah, I don't. Regardless, like,
yo, you still single? I remember last time we tried to pimp you out on the Middleman podcast.
Oh yeah, you did try. No, yeah, I'm taken.
Oh,
taken
hey,
now.
congratulations.
Thank you. She's glorious.
The stallion has been tamed, huh?
Yeah, dude. I kind of like it. It's nice.
Good for you, man. Good for you. We don't have to dive into that anymore. I'm just over here teasing you, man. I'm over here teasing you. I still remain single. That's cool,
Hey, moves though, right? Moves.
Moves though. I'm smiling so much that this shit hurts right now. This is really a great time, man. This is really a great time.
Chug the Mickey.
Chug the Mickey. Exactly. Thank you so much.
Let's go.
Nah, man, life has been great since you and I have spoke last. Unfortunately, Sanctuary Studio has shut down, but we found a way.
You always find a way, bro. And like I told you, you're always gonna find a way. Your intentions with this are pure, and you're always gonna find a way, bro.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Well, yeah, man. I mean, so we really just chopped it up. I mean, we can still keep going for a few minutes, though.
It's up to you, dog. You know me. I'm chilling, man.
Yeah, 100%. I want to talk to you. Can you give us a little bit more about what you have coming out?
Yeah. So, like I said, my new single "Align" will be coming out in February. Really excited for that. A bunch of stuff in the works. Within the next 3 or 4 months, you should be hearing a good amount of singles, and who knows, maybe an EP by summer. We'll see.
Ooh, I'm excited to hear that. Hey, will we ever hear you rap?
Rap? I don't know. Rap's not my avenue, but you never know. I don't know if it's like a rap.
You can sing rap. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like I think that'd be more of what it is, and there's a couple tracks where I have some flows, so. Yeah, like I said, you'll hear them.
Yeah, I'm really excited, man. And your harmony is really, really, really dope.
That,
and it's like it's natural talent. It's a natural talent. What have you done within the years to work on expanding your voice range and just working on just being that guy?
I'll be honest, bro. Nothing.
Okay.
Absolutely nothing. I have never had a vocal coach.
Self-taught.
Just like they'll say, "Oh, you sing in the shower." Like I didn't even sing in the shower, bro. It's
really?
Mostly the car, and like obviously, like you vibe out in the car. But dude, I never had a vocal coach. That's something I'm like excited for, like getting into the, like the technical stuff about it. That's like controlling your breath and like I had a session this week with Andy. He's like, "Oh, dude, your control's like so good and stuff," and I was like. That's crazy because I don't think about it.
And you don't even know what it means. I mean, excuse me.
Yeah.
You don't know the technical way of it.
Like,
I know what it means.
I know what it means.
Own form.
Yeah, like, I don't, and that, I think that's, like, something that I'm looking forward to, bro.
Come from here.
From the
diaphragm.
You
come from diaphragm. I had to. I'm sorry.
I was going to say that, too. I was going to say that.
Good, man. Good for you. Good for you. I want to shout out the Legos that we have here on the desk today, okay? I don't know if you guys know this, but I love Legos, okay? And I have a few up above, and don't worry, they're going to be more incorporated within the stands. But last week we had Paris and New York out here, the two city skylines. And today I'm a big Star Wars fanatic, okay? If you don't like Star Wars, it's okay. That's fine. That's fine. You don't have to like Star Wars because I don't like Harry Potter. Yeah.
You know what's crazy? I was about to say, like, thank you, right? Harry Potter is goated, bro. You're
Goated.
Look at this. Look. This is for Harry Potter. If you're a Harry Potter fan, good. I respect Star Wars there.
I watched The Chamber of Secrets in the movie theater, and I fell asleep. And that was the last Harry Potter that I've ever watched. I saw him flying around in a broom, and I thought that was cool.
Dude.
But then that was about it.
Dude, no. I watched Sorcerer's Stone and Chamber of Secrets at the airport, right? Did I tell you right?
All right. Well, shout out to these Legos over here. Okay, we got two Legos. Okay, we got the Walker from Star Wars over here. We got a little island over there with a few Mandos. Okay, but here's a little fun fact: is that Walker over here was actually one of my first builds. I bought this Nissan at the same time. This is during COVID, but that Walker was one of my first builds. Shout out to you, Mario. Shout out to you, Abby. We really got into Legos, and it was a great time. And this thing is pretty dope. If you excuse me, I'm going to show you how it works a little bit. But he moves. He moves. He opens.
So dope. What?
He opens up. Yeah. And I'm taking him off, and he's just going to land right here.
He'll stay stable. That's beauty.
So we got that guy, the Walker, one of my first, okay? And this mofo right here, the drone, was one of my toughest builds. One of them. Because these arms over here are very, very fragile.
Can I tell you what that looks like?
What do you got?
The Incredibles.
I thought it was the Leaning Tower of Pisa.
You guys know what I'm talking about, right? Like Incredibles, where it's like, yeah.
Now, this guy is very, very cool because all these arms here, they all have their own individual joints. That black piece of paper right there is actually his information as far as what type of droid he is. I really enjoy that part of him. And his head moves a lot. So those are Legos. Those are the shout-outs for today. Shout out Lego. And definitely building more. I'm actually in the process of building a Lego chess set right now. And it's really, really cool. And it's a really tough challenge. But as I progress through the podcast, I'm going to try to show a little bit more of my Legos as long as the people who are come on I trust, because obviously they're very fragile.
I've been holding still, dude.
Yeah, I've knocked them a couple times, bro. Whenever I move the laptop, look, you see if I move the laptop, homeboy moves over there. So I've been keeping an eye on him. I've been really keeping an eye on him. Hold on, we got some Wi-Fi. There we go, perfect. We're good to go. Yeah, man. So I'm honored that you came back here. I really am, because I love the energy. I love who you are as a person. You really are a brother. And like I said, there's only a few people who I really keep in contact with after the podcast. Not saying that I don't like anyone that's come on a podcast. It's just that, it's one phone, one person, a lot of people to talk to. Yeah. And sometimes I need to unplug, so, but you're one of the few that, we talk and we spitball back and forth. And, when you saw that season 2 was coming out, you were so eager to come on, and I'm happy to have you back here. I really am.
I told you anytime, bro. I told you.
With the growth and the expansion in your music and the confidence within yourself, the confidence within myself, we're well on our way. And I have no doubt in our mind that we're going to kill and succeed in whatever we do. I'm being so deadass, and those are honest words. And you just saw me drink 2 Mickeys. No, I'm not fucked up. This is honesty. This is truth.
I love you.
Dude, I love you, bro. I love you. Probably by the end of the night, you're gonna say, "Oh, I love you, bro."
We have that heart to heart right there, like, bro, I love you, bro.
We gotta create a handshake by the end of the night. Fucking. All right, right now, bang, elbow.
We'll work on that.
It was a pleasure, though. Hey, we're gonna start wrapping this podcast up here, though, CJ. You know how this works now. We like to give the floor to our guests here before we sign off. Anything, your social media, TikTok, Twitter, anywhere that people can find you, projects that people can look forward to. Definitely lay them down for the people so they could check in and check on my boy CJ Lopez.
I have a bunch of stuff coming out soon. You can keep in stay in the loop with my Twitters, CJ Lopez, or at CJ Lopez _2. TikTok, that's the big one. At CJ Lopez Music, and Instagram at CJ Lopez _7. So yeah,
perfect.
Stay tuned. A lot of stuff.
Love it, man. Love it. Let me ask you real quick before I know we just said sign off. Do you have any live performances coming up anytime soon?
Like I said, bro, a lot coming out. And
Awesome.
I would love for you guys to come out for it. So I'll let you know when those dates are set for all that. And like I said, to me,
Give us advance. Give us advance.
brother.
You know how I move, bro. I'm busy 25/8, no escape.
Exactly, bro.
You know?
You guys are always in the loop. Always.
Thank you so much, man. I'm so honored that you came back here for season 2. I'm so happy for you as far as your growth. I'm happy that people could see the growth within you and I, and actually put a face to the name CJ Lopez, you know. So keep doing your thing, keep rocking hard. Looking forward to every project that you're gonna release, and you know I'm gonna support you just as much as you support me, because it's all love from here on out, bro.
Always.
Goated. We will be goated in our respected fields.
Always.
The Middleman Podcast will be one of the top podcasts in your area. CJ Lopez will be one of the most fire artists that you've ever heard sing on this planet. Damn near Chris Brown and Bruno Mars. You know what I'm saying?
Sir. Yes,
That's
sir.
flattering, but it's the truth. And I have the honest belief in you and I that we are going to succeed in what we're going to do. Okay? And with that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening and watching the Middleman Podcast. This is Kmart with 2 T's, 3, 2, 1, signing out. Peace.